Hey everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, everybody, it's Kat.
And here we are in the elevator, and Ma is like really low in the elevator today. There's a lot of space above her head as
Hmm,
she's just very low in the frame.
hmm,
I
hmm.
didn't realize it before we hit play. Anyway, we're here in the elevator.
Well,
Hey.
I put the chair up as high as I can go because I'm not a tall person.
Right, right.
I'm 5'3" on a good day.
Well, look at you though. What a lovely top, mother.
It's a dress. I always wear dresses on the weekends.
But anyway, you're here in the elevator. You're comfortable in your clothing on the elevator, going all the way up to the 10th floor. And the doors open. You look over to the right, and you can see the nurse's station, where people are hanging out doing their work, typing on the computers. Epiphany's studying. She's off in a corner somewhere,
All she does
nose
is
deep in
study,
the
huh?
MCATs. So busy she can't come to the
Cody's
party.
there looking at his cell phone and stuff.
Hey, Cody's there, meandering and wandering the hallways, completely healthy as a horse, they would say. Uh, and at the hospital, anyway. It makes me think sometimes, soaps, soaps and settings, and they have sets, and that's the one that's always up, so it's easy to be like, let's just stick them in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
It makes me think of like All My Children as well, because I remember the Pine Valley Hospital set. It was brown.
Yeah.
It was piney, Pine Valley. It was homely. It was comfortable. There was
Yeah.
something about we're the biggest city in this small part of Pennsylvania or whatever it was
Yeah.
that they were.
Yeah. We're country city folks.
Yeah, country city folk.
Yeah.
Just very upstate. Oh, hoity-toity. But it was
Yeah.
very brown and piney. I remember where the nurse's station was like here against the wall, and then there was a hallway that went to the back, and everybody went into this room. It was just this one room. Anyway, that's not
You
the soap we're
remember
watching.
those details so much better than
Well,
me.
I love Dr. David Hayward, of course.
I remember the houses better,
Yeah.
especially the Chandler Mansion.
Yeah, you love the Chandler Mansion. That's one of your
I
favorite
did.
soap sets of all time.
And I always liked the Martin's front room too in the
I
kitchen.
liked the Quartermain house. Honestly, the Quartermain house in the 90s, I think is one of my
Oh,
favorites.
Quartermain house in the 90s.
I just have these memories of all of these Quartermains pressed up against the door, just trying to listen to what's going on in the den. And
Oh,
then
I remember that
the
scene. They have
door.
a class, don't they?
Yeah, I don't
I
know if
think
that was
somebody
Full
had a
House or
class.
what. Anyway, but yeah, they're like it's like Alan and I don't remember who was having an argument. I mean, this is one scene anywhere between 1996 to 1999 on General Hospital, so I couldn't say exactly what was happening or who was in the scene or anything like that. But I just remember this gaggle of quartermates. I think Emily was there because I Amber Tamblyn was somebody that I recognized from other
Mhm.
projects or whatever. Um,
That's funny.
yeah.
That's funny. And
um,
back then, around that era,
yeah,
that's when Alice the house the help was there.
Alice, the large pro wrestler lady.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. And she had such a fun
Oh,
relationship
didn't
with
she?
Luke.
She passed away last year. I remember her being in
Yeah.
memoriam for the Emmys this year. Oh
Yes,
well.
I recall.
Positive days. Hey
The
everybody.
nighttime Emmys are tomorrow night. Did you know that?
The primetime Emmys.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, next year hopefully Kelly Tebow is nominated for Station 19, and
Then we'll
I'll
see
have a
there.
reason to watch.
Yeah.
I have to say the round of hellos. We've been here on just rambling on about all kinds of nonsense. Hey Chandra.
Hey, Chandra.
Hey Mary Ellen. Hello Judy, Jacarius, Lori, Stephanie. JLJ is here. He's already promoting his own shows. Wait for us to be finished before you go watch the Sean Kanan interview in which you talked about the Quartermain. I guess Quartermains. I don't know.
Yeah,
Go to that show later for details.
absolutely.
I guess Sean Kanan of General Hospital fame was on the Karate Kid show this year, this
Yeah.
fourth season.
This past the latest season.
Yeah. So he was on it, and it was something that like people, I guess the fans of the show had been calling for a while. And I remember
Yeah.
seeing him campaign a little bit on Twitter, being like, "Hey, I'm available and open if anybody's ever interested," which is probably just wise actor marketing on his part, knowing that he had already been cast and filmed a bunch of stuff. Um,
That's awesome, actually.
you
That's
know,
pretty cool.
um, but I guess his first interview after that dropped is over on JLJ's channel. So JLJ Media, go check that out. Or we're done talking here. Especially if you're a big AJ fan, I mean, we've talked about it before. My AJ is Billy Warlock.
My AJ is Sean Keenan.
Well, there you go. See, splitsies here. I should probably take some time to go watch some Sean Kanan era stuff, though, right? Was he the drunk one that crashed the car?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was a drunk one that he had a lot of troubles.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I've never really seen that scene, so in my head I always just place Billy Warlock in there.
But AJ at the end, he deserved a lot of things, but he didn't deserve to die. He actually didn't really do much. I mean, other than just being his normal pretentious self, he hadn't done something huge.
Well, it was
Sonny killed him for nothing.
It was the big tragic thing. He was getting his life back together, right?
And Sonny was convinced somehow that, AJ had killed Connie when it
Connie
wasn't
put
true.
AJ in her blood, and he went, AJ Quartermain, I can't believe he did this. My arch rival, finally.
Yes.
He's really crossed the line this time. He took Connie away from me, right? And so, he had to go shoot him. And then, Michael was upset about that and all kinds of stuff.
For a long time, yeah.
For a long time.
Almost as mad as he is right now, huh?
But in reality, she wrote AJ for Ava Jerome.
Correct.
Who Sonny is very invested in not seeing the death of nowadays.
I know. I love their scene in the hospital.
It was very sweet, wasn't it?
It was a good scene.
Yeah.
Even though, they didn't overdo it and be all like, oh, now we're family, blah, 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 and all that. They didn't act like that, but they were just cordial, and none of them had any snipey, passive aggressive thing to say to each other.
Not at all.
Historically, that's not the case.
It's very nice, though.
And I love the fact that, Sonny put Frank out there.
Yeah.
Because Ava currently really does not know who did that to her.
Mm-mm.
And nobody does. And she's really afraid that Nick, one of those Cassadines, hooked her.
She is convinced nearly that Nicholas did it himself.
I don't think Nicholas did it himself. I don't think any of the Cassadines did it. However, I think Uncle Victor probably knows who did.
It's either going to be
Uncle Victor.
So honestly, it's either going to be Esme, Austin's cousin, or some complete random wacky surprise. Fugue State Elizabeth. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Elizabeth really does not have an alibi.
No.
We talked about that last week.
And
though.
a bump on her head.
I don't think she has the fortitude and the weight behind her to do something like that.
Again, like we talked about last week, though, it's a TV show. You can get away with anything. And also, adrenaline. Elizabeth could lift a car if it was on Aiden. She'd be able to, like Wonder Woman, tear every muscle in her body, but she could do it.
And maybe that altar of hers has got a lot of anxiety.
That movie,
adrenaline.
Split, that M. Night Shyamalan movie, Split. One of the personalities that the guy had was like superhuman and had like crazy strength and could do all kinds of stuff that a normal person couldn't. So basically, Biz is superpowered. This is General Hospital's entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And
well, they don't them, don't they? ABC Disney.
It's all under the same happy family.
Yeah.
General Hospital is just like this invisible part of accounting. Like it's like 0.003% of the budget just falls into this hole that is General Hospital, and ABC just hasn't realized where the money's going yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the first day of days on the Peacock.
That is true.
Yeah. I didn't even though I don't know anything about, well, you guys tell me. Even though I'm not a fan of Days and I don't understand storyline, did something go on the last episode that's telecast on regular television that is like cool to see? Tell me, I'll watch it.
That's something I was curious about too. I was thinking about. I'm never going to look it up. I don't have a Peacock. But I was thinking, is there goodness gracious, I don't know how to say things that I'm thinking and put them into English words for everybody else to understand. It's very odd. But let me try again. Similar to your vein, did something happen? Is there some sort of break, some sort of like, some sort of to be continued cliffhanger that happened on Friday
Yes.
that really brings you in to subscribe to Peacock on Monday. And to that, did they know how long ago did they know? Are they just taking stuff that they filmed for television and now just putting it on Peacock, and then they're from now on going to have to film with streaming in mind? There's all kinds of questions.
Well, I'm sure that's kind of true, Matt, because I've always been told in the past that they've always had the most in the can. They didn't even have to go. They didn't have to go to repeats for COVID.
Right. So, I mean, all of the stuff that's on right now, they filmed 6 months ago, which wasn't with streaming in mind. So it's going to be a little bit of time before somebody drops their first, BS bomb, right?
Yeah.
When it becomes titillizing.
That way. What they do in that way. That'll be interesting to see.
I don't know. Swear words
And
inside
I wonder,
boob.
and does anybody know, does Steve Burton got a contract over there?
I don't know.
Because I would think that if he was going to start on the show not in just that sub one they did, if he was going to be on the show, now would be the time for Steve Burton to become. I mean, that would bring an audience.
And here's the thing: the opportunity when it comes to streaming is endless, because you can dump whatever you want on streaming and it doesn't matter. You don't have to sell it to a network. You don't have to get advertisers behind it or anything. You put it on, and it either brings people to your platform or it doesn't. So like spin-off possibilities, this Beyond Salem, a show starring Steve Burton that's set in the Salem city in the universe of Days of Our Lives. I mean, there's 5 Star Trek shows on right now. You couldn't have that when it was on UPN.
Yeah. So they could just, so NBC Peacock could actually start building soap operas more than destroying them if they
entirely could.
Right. Wow. Yeah. ABC, Disney, come on, get off the can. Yeah. Do something. Even if it's a little 5-episode sub thingy. I want to see it.
James Light Jr. in the chat, really missing having his own show this week, I think. Days is on Peacock. The trailer for the new season is good. There was nothing spectacular that happened on the broadcast, likely due to the fact that they have so much in the can, right?
Oh, yeah. They could edit the crap out of it, though.
Steve Burton, yeah, they could. Steve Burton does not have a contract, and the Peacock era episodes won't begin until January, so they got some time.
Oh, wow.
But that also means, though, that they made that show, they clearly plan on continuing to produce it. They are still producing it right now. So, I mean, there's a future for it. This is not pulling back on this show, I don't think. I think this is kind of giving it its best opportunity to thrive and become something more than what it is. I think this is an investment in Days of Our Lives. I honestly do.
I do too.
And I want it to be successful because I want the other networks to get jealous and do the same thing.
Yeah. I want it to do great. I wanted to do it like 80s style soap operas, big deal.
Yeah. Like there's a budget, like get them on an actual harbor.
Well, that'd be fun.
Peacock is also bringing the Bay too, says JLJ. I don't know what the Bay is. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, I don't watch that much primetime television. I don't know what's currently on that much.
No, I don't know.
Really?
I don't know either. Chandra's the sweetest person in the world because she's helping her mother get Peacock set up so she can continue to watch Days of Our Lives.
Aw.
Yeah. Oh, it's a digital soap. Okay, so NBC is investing in soap operas then.
That's great.
I know. I'm excited for that. I mean, it's a different network and stuff. But when it comes to like the art form of soap operas, I mean, if General Hospital goes away, it seems as though Days of Our Lives might be the one that I have to invest myself into.
I know. And we'll see familiar faces over there anyway. You watch it long enough, you start to understand what's happening.
Well, I've learned how to watch a soap. I know how to pick up the information and the little nuggets that they drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're brand new to the soap General Hospital right now, for example, the show that we do this about and we haven't been talking about for near 10 minutes.
No, let's talk about General Hospital.
If you came in blind, you haven't watched a show in 5 years, but you recognize the face of Sam and Dante, right? You could watch their scenes that they had on Friday and know exactly what's been going on, or at least a few of their scenes this week. Because they talked about Lulu moving in with each other, falling in love, the kids, this, that, the other stuff. Yeah. I think she mentioned Jason. Like, they covered it.
Yep, and he talked about the house offer and stuff. I don't think Dante ought to get rid of his house yet.
No. I mean, a house is an investment. It's a wise investment.
Keep that house for a year.
He could become a property baron. He could be a land baron. He could start buying up properties all throughout Port Charles and just renting them out.
Yeah, he could like Mr. B&B.
Kelly public cover finally made it. She's late, and I need a reason, Kelly. I need you
Well,
to
we were
tell me.
late too, babe, by over an hour, so we're both good.
You know, I mean, it's because of Trina's party. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get an orange wristband, which means that Nika just continued to serve me alcohol all night long.
I did see a flash of Nika.
Me too, right? And boy, oh boy, was I wasted, and I need a lot of time to recover. She
you were
is a
Spencer. You were
master at making martinis now, Mother.
Were you Spencer Cassadine drunk?
Not quite that far.
Not that bad.
No,
huh? Okay.
I'm a classy drunk.
Right.
You know, I was out there with like an undone tie, with like a martini glass in my hand, just, you know, and my hair was like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep. And Ava wasn't even there with you to be able to drink them with you.
She's busy recovering in the hospital, but I was drinking those in her honor.
Oh,
I mean, the vodka business right now, like we have all of this vodka in Port Charles that is not getting drank as it used to. I mean, the stockpile is already just too huge from the 4 or 5 days that Ava's been in the hospital, or even fewer than that, 2 or 3.
So yeah, let me ask you a question. We're going to switch over a little bit. Let me ask you a question. So, were you happy with Nell returning in this imaginary dream character?
I am.
Or would you like Nell to come back in the real?
I don't think that right now is a good time for Nell.
Okay.
I mean, we got other stuff going on. I think she'd come in and shake things up too much. Just be too much of a distraction for what's going on if she were to come back in real life.
Well,
I think that
tell you what, when she was at the graveside with Nina, man, she really showed Nina, yeah, I'm a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Everybody's not wrong.
I think they took advantage of the day or two that they had Chloe Linear.
Yeah.
I think they took advantage of that because they gave Willow a dream, a nightmare, as well as Nina's vision at the gravesite. You know, the anniversary of her death. I thought they did a good job with like working 2-year anniversary. I thought that was a really good. I thought they did a good job of working that into things just through like conversation with Brooklyn. You know, but that conversation, like, okay, all right, let's do it, Mom. Let's analyze Nina this week. So Brooklyn is responsible for this whole Nina seeing Nell at the gravesite vision.
Oh, yeah.
Because Brooklyn really put it in her head. You know, I mean, she's the one that slashed my throat, but here I am, you know, trying to make the best of it. It's not the career that I wanted, but I can still write, I can still manage, I can still be involved. I'm making it. Really kind of reminding Nina of the incredible damage that
just what she's
Nell
capable of. Yeah.
She nearly killed Brooklyn for nothing.
And when she saw her at the graveside, I mean, Nell was in true Nell form.
When Nell said, yes, of course, when Nell told Nina, things would have been different if you had raised me. And Nina giving this like excited, crying, thank you for saying that, breakdown, weird hug thing. Yeah. It's just these little moments that Cynthia Watros is able to bring to the crazy that makes up Nina. I think are really valuable.
I think so too. You know, especially when she's given something that juicy, she just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah. I mean, she just
like she puts it in a juicer, you know. Brings it out.
And it was just mere moments, couple of seconds on her face when she went in for that hug. But it said everything and just goes to show the desperation of wanting Nell to feel that way too. Like if Nell were to be alive and say those words to Nina, I would have been totally different and never made these decisions if it weren't for you.
No, Nell was like, no, we could be terrible together.
Yeah, no, man. We could have run this place. We could have been Queen and Princess Port Charles. Everyone would have been dancing in the palms of our hands. Yeah,
we could have smashed the Corinthos family.
We could have ruined them. We could have ruined them. Hey, Mama. Michael.
Yeah.
Not even Michael. Chad Duell.
Yes.
Where the hell is he?
Right?
This can't be that COVID break anymore,
crazy,
right?
Doesn't he? I mean, I hope everything's okay for him, but he's been popping in and out.
He's been popping in and out. So I know that he had that COVID time, right?
Yeah.
Where he had to take the 2 weeks off. But that was like 4 months ago, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. And if you can't blame COVID any longer because he'd be gone for the whole spell if he had a long COVID.
Right. And like, I know that Fido was on here, Fido Xavier, director of General Hospital. Go ahead and check out that interview on our YouTube channel. And while you're at it, like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, all that kind of stuff. Anyway.
Yeah. Get to clicking.
Fido said that, yeah, things are filmed out of sequence. You can tell sometimes with like a hairstyle, a makeup job, or something. But in, recent times, you can tell with an actor. But it's been so long. So is it a new thing? I don't know. I need details.
But what's starting to make it dangerous for me is we're really starting to accept replacement Michael as Michael as an audience.
Is this a new thing that Frank Valentini is trying? Like is Chad Duell on the way out and this guy is in? And instead of like having a hard cutoff date, okay, Chad Duell, you're done on September 12th. And I don't remember his name again. You are on the 13th. Instead of that, are they doing like some weird like transition?
Like a long babe hug?
Yeah, like a really long babe hug. Hey, babe hug. We're like, sometimes it's Chad Duell, sometimes it's this other guy. And then eventually it's just always going to be this other guy and you're never going to think about it.
Well, this is what I say to Frank Valentini. If you don't want us to like accept him as Michael, stop using him as Michael because...
Pick someone worse than the actor you currently have. I think that's the secret.
Well, that is one way to say it. Yeah.
See, I mean, even the chat is all positive over Robert Adamson is this person's name.
Yes. Well, I just always remember Noah Newman.
Do I have an itchy nose? Kelly wants to know if I have an itchy nose because apparently I've been playing with my nose a lot. What it is I didn't trim my mustache as well as I usually do, and it's just tickling the heck out of me is what it's doing, everybody. Welcome to my life.
You don't have no time for nothing, Matt.
Kelly wants to know if I'm either going to kiss a fool or get into a fight. I'm going to get into a fight at the Savoy, all right? I don't like how people are talking to Curtis. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Daddy was protective, wasn't he?
Whatever business you're in, boy. Whatever business you're in. Like, don't fall into it. It's no good.
I really want to see that wedding of Portia and Curtis's that Aunt Stella is supposed to officiate.
Yeah. And that's when she remembers, of course, the full thing.
And Hat Daddy's going to do the music.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so fun. I want to see that wedding.
Is there like a jazzy version of the wedding march?
We're not going to see the wedding, though. We all know that.
Oh, no. So what it's going to be, I see it now. It's going to be beautiful. There's going to be flowers, wreaths, all kinds of stuff. Portia's going to be lovely and white. Her hair's going to be pulled back, but it's still going to be all curly and just luscious and just amazing. It's just going to be great. It's going to be so wonderful, right? And Curtis is going to be there just looking all dapper in a tux, and TJ's going to be his best man and all kinds of all great stuff, right?
Yes.
Stella's going to be up there, behind a podium, looking all great with a big flower on her, maybe big even a hat, why not? Yeah. A hat. And she's going to go over there and she's going to go, does anybody have any reason why these two should not be wed? And then it's going to be like, wham, she's going to remember, oh, I have a reason why these two shouldn't be wed. Ooh. I stole their divorce papers.
Yeah, there's not going to be a Portia Curtis wedding because of that reason. And because at the same time, Trina's going to find out that indeed Curtis is her dad. And then Curtis is going to find that Trina is his daughter. Oh, yeah. And he had once again been lied to by the two people he loves, because everybody does that to Curtis.
So that means we're going to get more Real Andrews out of it, though, right? More Taggart.
Well, for a little bit at least.
Yeah, but then once he's no longer Trina's dad,
if they don't write him something else, it ain't going to matter.
Then he's going to have to go away. Oh, no. Hey, you know what? I'm all for it. This is why I want the Ashford family spinoff on Hulu, because I really think there's a lot to be able to dive into here. And I want to see TJ and Molly together. Okay, they talk about the fact that they're together. TJ even mentioned, oh, man, we have opposing schedules, which basically means he's going to fall into bed with Willow before she gets too sick. hey, Molly's not there. I'm a young, vibrant man who's really only been with one woman. I mean.
Well, Molly already did that with Brando.
I know. She didn't have to wait very long either.
No.
It was like the same day. She like ran out of Jordan's house, stopped at the mechanics shop because she ran over a nail, and boned him immediately.
Yep. Well, she was distraught though. That damn Jordan was mean to her that day. Terribly mean to her.
Nikisha, hello, Nikisha. Nikisha says, I thought Stella already remembered. She said, you better check on that when she brought up the proof of divorce. I mean, maybe she suspects something. I know she had a flash here or there.
Yeah, I think she's like real close. I mean, she's one reminder away from really putting it all together. She knows something's wrong for sure.
I think that she feels as though something's wonky about it, but I don't know if she exactly remembers the fact that
Curtis is going to look into his papers and find that they're not filed, so they're not divorced.
Right.
So that's going to, when he does that, that's when Stella's going to put it all together and remember everything in sequence.
The thing is, though, if they find out quickly, which it seems like you would be able to find out quickly, all you have to do is reach out to the courthouse, right?
I mean, you could probably go on public records.
It's such an easy thing to solve. Oh, you didn't get the papers? How strange. Let us sign them again and give them to you. They must have gotten lost in the mail.
Well, I kind of understand why the two of them would not have alerted, thinking I didn't get my final divorce papers, because she was at the time sick and at that, so she kind of has a good excuse. Curtis is just distracted.
He just wasn't thinking about it.
He was like,
of course I'm divorced. I signed the line.
Yeah,
it makes me divorced.
That's the way I look at it with Curtis. He's, pardon me for saying, he's just being a boy.
Yeah. He's just not paying attention to nothing. He don't know better. That's all. Kelly really loves Taggart, and they better keep him. I like Taggart.
Oh, I've always loved Taggart. I love Taggart with Jason because it was always so stinking funny.
Yeah.
He kind of could get under Jason's skin a little bit and crack the, it was funny as all get out with quarter brain and all that.
He'll have to find somebody else to banter with, though, because Jason is dead. Dead.
Well, right now he wants to, like poor old Rory. I was asking Jordan about tips to how to get along with Taggart.
You are overstepping.
Poor old Rory. You know what? I think that kiddo, he probably already knows that he lost Trina. He lost Trina when he saw her run into that room hoping to see Spencer.
Yeah. And
he knew right then.
And then she had a little breakdown. Oh, just poor Rory and his 8-pack and just absolutely nothing about him that we know. Oh,
I know. Right? Yeah, I love that scene. It's too bad that he wasn't there. And I love the scene at the very end with him just in the cell and his, oranges and new black stuff on.
Just looking all miserable.
Yeah, that quiet scene at the end, I loved it.
Yeah, just being all sad in the jail cell set. That's the place where Franco and Elizabeth got married.
It is. So the first thing I noticed, and of course I noticed his expression and everything, but I noticed, there's bunk beds in there. Like, oh, what kind of fool's going to get in there with him?
I mean, he's going to have a cellmate, won't he?
He should. I can't believe that Uncle Victor hasn't thought about Uncle Cyrus or something.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Cyrus could help Spencer if he's not too coopalicious himself.
Don't worry about Spencer. It's only a matter of months, and I've already arranged for his safety. Hey, we're friends, right? I need to suck up to you so Trina likes me. So I talked to my CO buddy, and we'll get you in the library. I don't know what's going to happen. I really hope for some Cyrus stuff. But I would think that the law understands that Cyrus Renault is Spencer's great uncle, and so they wouldn't be cellmates, even though that's what I would love to see.
I would love to see
I would
that.
love to see, but you know me, though. I just want Jeff Gober.
So what do you want it though, Matthew?
Hmm.
Do you want it to be a redemption story for Cyrus, or do you want it to be a turn to bad for
Well, here's the
Spencer?
thing. Here's what ruined it. No, I can't say ruined it, but here's what gives me a lot of pause. Is the Laura 15,000th episode thing that we talked about, which we also had a chance to talk to Fido Xavier, director of General Hospital, Emmy-winning director of General Hospital, about. Go ahead and check out that interview here on the YouTube channel. And while you're at it, subscribe and like and comment.
And he directed that.
And he directed that. He directed that whole episode. Yeah. And he said that the moment I'm about to refer to, was Jeannie Francis's idea. It wasn't originally in the script. She felt as though Laura would do something else other than what was written there. And they went with it, which was forgiving Cyrus. Cyrus, I forgive you.
Yes.
And the moment that they gave us with the dropping of the phone and the shock and that moment, and Cyrus finally getting what he's always been after, which is like forgiveness and acceptance and being seen for who he really is and the heart that he has, and all the stuff that we talked about before when it happened and talked about with Fido and all that good stuff. That completely changes what Cyrus Renault can be.
It does.
Because I thought that, being that crazy religious zealot, or like the Christ would never allow you to do this, and just being an antagonist that way, because why not? Why not? I don't think necessarily has to be that anymore. He has what he's always been after, if we're going to melt the icy heart around the Winter Wizard.
Well, I think they could possibly turn him into just another misunderstood bad guy, but good at it. But that's what Valentine is.
The thing is, though, like General Hospital is so good at this. They're so good at this that we have Valentine and we have Ava and we have these bad people who are now good because they have found the error in their ways and the true heart that has always lived within. And I understand that it's also soap.
And what I love about those characters that are, have been redeemed to some degree, the misunderstood ones now, is you never know when they're going to get spicy. They'll get spicy on you, and that's what makes it so fun.
Right. So I don't know, because we do already have a couple of characters that kind of fill that area already. So how many do we need?
Well, you can't get rid of Ava, that's for sure.
No, you can't get rid of Ava. Not until Mara West is like, I'm done.
This week. Even though she's in the hospital, I loved all her scenes this week. And she doesn't know who did this to her. But I tell you, they better be run scared when she figures it out, because Ava is capable of quite a bit.
She sure is. She's going to figure out who it is.
She's going to find out somehow. And I'm glad she told Trina the truth about Spencer.
Yeah.
Even though Trina was too late to get there to see him. I can't help but think, here we are in September. Yeah. We're going to get that lovey-dovey stuff for those two during the holidays.
Yeah, okay. So if he's going to be real time 3 months in the prison, that's a holiday release, right?
And I think that we'll still see him. I don't think Spencer's just going to be gone off screen. I hope not anyway. No. I hope we see I hope we see his jail time.
So they have the jail cells set that they've already established there. They talked about the library, and that's how they had Sean and Alexis interact when they were in Pentonville. They could still easily still include Spencer on the show, and I don't see why they would take him off for 3 months. Esme, different. She's the villain. There was a split on her, 50-50. People liked her, people didn't. She was good, she was compelling, but she also did her stuff. How long can she actually be on the campus causing all this trouble? I mean, she might actually really be dead for all I know. Nell seems to actually really be dead, and I certainly haven't expected that.
No, but still at that, Nell could still be alive, but it doesn't look like this run with Chloe is the run that we're going to see that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. I don't think Chloe, and not unless something drastically changes in her life and decisions that she's trying to make with her career. I don't think Chloe Linear is going to come back to GH for any sort of extended time anytime soon. So if they want full-time Nell, they got to recast.
Yeah, but she looked pleased as punch to be there for a couple of days, didn't she?
I mean, shouldn't it be fun to go there and make your 10 grand or however much it is for your day work and just be vicious?
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah. And then actually get to see your old friends too.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember you. Nell ain't dead. She isn't. She isn't dead. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I guess Esme isn't dead. Of course,
Someday,
Esme's not dead.
no, it takes sometimes it takes General Hospital a long time to revive them. That's what they're famous for.
Yeah, nobody
No
ever
one
did.
actually dies on General Hospital
No.
unless the actor
Yeah.
typically dies.
They've killed Luke off camera for him to be dead off camera, for them to resurrect him off camera at some point, I'm sure. So,
Yes. Yes, there is a point of all this.
yeah.
Maybe we will see it in 2023, what it all is when it comes to Luke stuff.
Yeah. Let's
It won't happen this year.
let's talk about Cameron, Ma. Let's talk about
Okay.
Cameron. Yeah, Daisy mentioned Cameron here in the chat. Daisy Flower 40. Thank you very much for your contribution to the 10th Floor podcast. Hey, if you're watching this live on YouTube, you can join the chat anytime you want as well. We're usually on at 11 a.m., but today we're on at 12. I don't know. We got some people watching. Maybe we should come on at 12 more often. Anyway, Cameron. Cameron might be out, is what Daisy says. We've been talking about it for weeks here on the 10th Floor now, Ma.
We have, because we've steadily seen, we talked about this last week, as a matter of fact, we've steadily seen his scenes become fewer, and he's not available,
Yeah,
and that's what they've done with the character, is what I'm saying, not William himself, but that's what they've done with the character.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the case with William as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's busy going to school and stuff, so.
So maybe he's going to go join Sydney and not be on the show and, be more involved in school and spend more time and just, have more of a college experience.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's great that he's been able to do this part-time. He's able to keep Cameron going, make a couple of bucks, still stay on TV, have something to do, hang out with your friends. That's great. Clearly, he's been practicing and writing songs with his band, so has to have been taking up some time, because you didn't just pull that out of your left pocket yesterday, man.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that song that he sang, that's the boy.
Yeah.
No,
that was really good.
It was about Esme, by the way.
You know what? I tried to re-listen to it today.
Yeah.
Because I knew, because he referred to it, we'll all recognize who it's about.
Yeah, he's like, it's about somebody we both know.
And I tried to listen to it again today, and then I got interrupted with something in the house, and I didn't.
Yeah. So it's about a crazy woman and getting away from her and being better from it and stuff. I mean, really, the perspective is getting away from your crazy ex.
Okay. So it's all about Esme.
But it through the lens of being like, hey, think about Esme when I'm singing this. It still makes sense. It still works. But to me, William Lipton, round of applause for you. That's the best musical performance you put on at General Hospital so far.
I liked it very much.
Really, what it is, I don't know why this is, but it is. It's a human fact, everybody. I'm looking at the chat stream right now when I say this. They can't see me, but I can see all of their names right now. Mm-hmm. Hey, chat. Audience. Mother. This is a human condition. You don't realize how fast time is going by. You don't realize the years that have gone by. When you think about things that you enjoy, you don't realize the distance that it's been since then. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about Oscar dying and Cameron singing at the nurse's ball, the North Star song. And it was just, oh, it's so sad.
A while ago now.
It's 5 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time ago. I don't realize these things. I didn't realize how much grayer I am now. How much wiser I am. How much I've learned since then. Mm-hmm. How much closer to 40 I am since then. Anyway. So, I think I forget these things. So young, little, innocent, chubby-cheeked William Lipton as Cameron Weber singing about his dead friend at the nurse's ball is what I have in my mind. And then we transition to this where he's hollering into the microphone and writing songs about crazy exes and having a level of maturity in his performance that hadn't been there before. I don't know. It was just sort of reminding me of my mortal coil.
I'm just happy I didn't get all that, but I was very happy for William because it was very so good. And he looked like he was just having the time of his life.
I mean, I don't know William Lipton. I've never met him. I don't know if he's the heir to the iced tea. Well, okay, I've met him, but I've never had a conversation with him. I guess I could say things that I've met people now. I've sung a song with him. He backed me up in a karaoke song. James Patrick Stewart as well. Look at me. I'm practically a celebrity myself now.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, I've never had a conversation with William Lipton about this, but I would imagine it would be a tough choice. Stay on General Hospital or go sing some songs. You might even choose go sing some songs for all I know.
I think that's probably where his first heart lies when it comes to that.
I think he was raised by musicians. Isn't that what he said on Stone Cold and the Jackal a million years ago?
I think music came before acting.
Yeah, I think so too. I think like I said, I think his parents are musicians. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Lori, JPS. So Ma and I went to the General Hospital convention this year. It was in March. We did a big video on it, big Q&A at the end. There's some YouTube updates, a lot of pictures on Twitter. I think if you still search the hashtag GH convention, you'll see a lot of that stuff.
Yep.
But we did karaoke. You know, there was a karaoke night. It was hosted by William Lipton and James Patrick Stewart. JPS was actually an addition because it was originally just William Lipton was going to be the host, but JPS was there too for giggles, I guess. I don't know.
Decided to just because he loves doing it.
I don't know. He had nothing else to do that night, right?
He sure looked like he was having a good time to me.
And so we signed up for karaoke because we're us. All right. It's Matt and Kat. We're not just going to go sit in the corner somewhere.
Right.
Why go somewhere and sit in the corner, especially if it's like a GH convention? Okay, you're not going to send me to a nightclub, you know, with people drinking and dancing all close to each other and getting all sweaty and gross and have me be like, oh yeah, this is my environment. I'm getting in on this. That's not me. Send me to some nerd convention. I'm there. All right. And folks, I'm sorry. A GH convention is a nerd convention. Let me tell you.
Sure, it was fun.
It was a great time though. But we did karaoke. And we signed up for it. We were the first picked. And so the energy was great. We set the mood for the night, the energy for the night. We sang Summer Lovin' because that's our song. Why not? Whatever. It's weird. It's not weird.
Yeah,
don't look at us like that. Okay. It's what we do. It's fine. It's Grease. Okay.
It's Grease. Yeah.
Anyway, it's really more of an audience participation thing anyway, because the audience is compelled to join in with the tell me mores and tell me mores. Okay. More for you than it is for us.
It's
okay.
A great one.
It's good for the energy. It's a good show. But JPS and Cameron were my backup because guess what, everybody? We're the count of men in the audience at the GH convention was negligible. So I really needed the male backup.
And it was not a whole lot.
But yeah, you know, they were there with me going,
It's fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Man, I hope we get to do something like that again someday.
You know, if they do another GH convention, I haven't gotten an email.
Well, they're going to Graceland in a couple of months, but we can't do that.
I mean,
that's just too expensive. Too big of a travel, I think, for us.
What we got to do is we got to just continue to rise our notoriety as a deep-hitting, very fun GH podcast, where we can just get invited to things like Graceland, where they're like, do the podcast live at the GH thing, and then we get an hour in front of the whole everybody to just enjoy, and then we can get Laura Wright to sit with us and talk about being Carly, and it would be super fun. And we just need some like coastal entertainment Zoom wizards, whatever it is that they call them, to do that for us.
Hey, you know what though?
What's that?
It's highly unlikely, but that stuff could happen.
you know, there's highly unlikely, there's impossible. I think we're on the highly unlikely side of things, that's for sure. Oh, you know what, Kelly? That Kelly Kababla cover, R.I.P. Olivia Newton-John, of course.
Yes, absolutely. But I took your dad to see Olivia Newton-John because that was his, oh, you know how couples always say you got that free person, right?
Yeah.
So Olivia Newton-John was that for your dad.
Yeah.
I bought tickets to see her.
Yeah.
Took your dad, and it was at a small, intimate little place, you know, even though the bad seat was a good seat kind of thing.
Dad's
so it was wonderful.
Olivia Newton-John.
That was wonderful, actually. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
what
awesome.
about else? What else happened this week, Matt?
The Queen Elizabeth died.
Well, I'm talking about General Hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I'm not. No disrespect to Queen Elizabeth.
Oh.
Anyway,
we're not a part of the Commonwealth. It's okay. Oh my goodness gracious! I don't know. I didn't take notes, so the audience has got. We've been so wacky, wild, and carefree that I don't know what to talk about next. We were talking about Cameron. He's on the way up. You know, we really just talked about him singing and how fun that was. I mean, he's not on the way out. He's just not very prominent right now. He's clearly
Yeah.
losing Jocelyn. Jocelyn is clearly moving forward with his Dex thing. Here's really where he got hung up though.
Dex went on this week, huh?
He took his shirt off. He was dumpster diving.
Oh, that's right. He's dumpster
Listen,
diving
all right,
early,
okay.
early in the week. We
I
always have
understand
a
that
hard
it's
time with
TV.
Mondays.
All right, I understand that it's TV. Okay, I understand that things have to happen just for them to happen and stuff. But a couple of things I thought were a little inappropriate this week, General Hospital. We need to have a talk. Okay, Victor Cassadine, you do not touch a lady without her consent. Okay, that was creepy as F. Don't do that again. Don't do that again. However, it was supposed to be creepy and weird. The second thing, Dex. It's wildly inappropriate to just rip your shirt off in front of somebody. I know that you're a dude and it's not nudity or whatever, but come on, you just, I'm just gonna, who does that? Who does that?
Well,
People who want other people to see their abs, that's who.
Well, they do that. That General Hospital does that, though. They write that stuff, and they love to have Chase take his shirt off too.
He's flirting, Ma. He's flirting with Jocelyn, and that's not okay.
Of course he is.
That's not okay.
And those two got pheromones flying.
They're stronger than even the stench of the garbage.
They do.
If Jocelyn was single, it would have happened.
Cameron might as well just transfer to another school and leave, and maybe pursue maybe
went to California.
Record thing comes along, and Cameron's going to be off the show for a minute.
So if he went to Berkeley like he threatened to, he could have come back with Emma in some sort of dramatic fashion.
Yeah, they got to age her up.
I think it's happened off screen. She's in college. The Emma character's in college. She caught the sores on the West Coast.
Yeah, and they can't bring back original Emma because she's
the only thing they could.
She's only 16 years old.
The only thing that they could do is leave her off the show for another 5 years.
That's true.
And then they could, and to just say, oh yeah, she's whatever.
I think they ought to just go for it though, because recasting Trina's worked out very well. Recasting Spencer worked out very well.
So the young crew right now is pretty on it. I think this is probably the most engaging younger character group that we've had in a little while. It's not Nicholas, Lucky, Emily, Elizabeth level.
I tell you, this the Sprina, the Spencer and Trina. It's very, it reminds me of like a Greg and Jenny kind of thing from All My Children. It reminds me of Jesse.
Angie and Jesse?
Angie and Jesse, like really young super couples.
Yeah.
Dixie and Tad, but Dixie and Tad were from very, very young to right at the end.
But what makes it work so well? What is it? What is it? It's so interesting.
But they had big, there was big groups of time that Dixie wasn't on there.
Yeah.
But they always came back to it somehow.
Well, of course. Every single time Dixie came back to town, she fell into Tad's arms. Every time.
Eventually, yes.
Every time.
And it was always fun to watch. But I think that's a level of young super couple that Spencer and Trina are on the cusp of being.
What leads to that? What is it? The writing? Is it the genuine? Is it Nicholas Chavez? Like who? Why? Because we can't. Because oh goodness, can we owe it to all three of the actors that have been involved in this thing, or Mark Teschner or whatever his name is, the casting director? Like, how does something like this ignite? Like I just because I've seen a lot of couples on General Hospital. People don't care about Sasha and Brando like they care about Trina and Spencer. Why not? Why not? Like, what's the difference?
Well, I think what it is to a certain degree is it's like true first love, young love kind of thing. I think that's part of it. And we have watched Spencer make bad choices for the right reasons since he walked back on that set.
That's true.
He didn't want, he was doing all that stuff to Ava and his dad and everything. That's really the reason why he didn't tell Trina who he was. It didn't really have anything to do with her. And then he got trapped in his own lie, and Spencer, they have shown him being this, compassionate bad guy. Well, not really. I don't know.
He's just so many
things. He's just so many things, so misguided, so
he's just made the wrong choices he could do right if only he had the power of Trina's love behind him.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I think that when we finally see Trina and Spencer be a couple, everyone's just gonna absolutely love it, to that super young, super couple kind of,
Well, yeah, I mean, that's going to be great. And when they finally come together, it's going to be wonderful. And I hope that they just have a really long romance that just lasts for the ages. And
well, they can't keep it uncomplicated for long.
No, I mean, it's not like listen, it's not like Dixie didn't have a kid with Adam Chandler, okay?
He sure did.
Like a crusty old buffoon. Let's see here. Chandra says they must look at the natural chemistry that the characters have. Plus, it would be groundbreaking to have an interracial super couple in GH. There's been other interracial couples, but not to the level of Trina and Spencer.
I think, well, this is what I hope to believe. This is what I do believe. I think as a society, we just don't put that much prevalence on it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think for myself, and I think for a lot of people, we're not even seeing that anymore.
I think that it really depends on who you're asking and the experiences they have specifically had within their own lives. There is a level of detachment that the white community has when it comes to things like this, because we have been trained, quote unquote, to not care about it anymore. It's fine, and raciality doesn't matter. But then when it comes down to it, having representation that works out very well is something that is still very lacking within a lot of communities and a lot of forms of entertainment. That is something that is getting better, something that is becoming more and more prevalent, something that is truly becoming the norm and nothing. But while we are getting there, these moments still do need to have a level of attention put onto them and a moment of celebration, or at least a moment of recognition that we have gotten to the point where, hey, here we are having a prominent interracial couple growing on a soap opera, which is a predominantly old white lady thing. So yes, and no, and yes, it's very complicated, Ma.
Well, maybe, I hope so, old white ladies have progressed, because I am an old white lady, y'all. I'm 61. I'm not talking about an age group that's
but
not
you know what?
me, okay?
I'm a 36-year-old dude sitting here talking to my mom about the soap opera that we both watch 5 days a week. So, it's not like the audience is just, yeah. What's Trina want to be with that brat? Because love picks who it picks.
Yeah, it's that it is like that. It is like that. It's been a long time since she's wanted for a long time not to feel the way about Spencer that she does.
I mean, yeah, she recognizes that he's a brat and she's a loser. Or he's a loser. Like, she recognizes, okay, Spencer's not a loser. I can't be that mean to him. She recognizes the faults and the flaws that make up Spencer Cassadine, and recognizes that is not going to be the good choice for a stable, secure, and drama-free life. But passionate love is not stable, secure, and drama-free.
Well,
it wouldn't be passionate.
It's just that old cliche, love is blind. Well, it is.
By the way, you are not old, Cat. I'm older than you, Cat. Mama Cat's not old. I appreciate your view.
Thank you, you guys. I was just like, when it comes to the older generation of watching soap operas, aren't I it now?
Yeah, I mean, really, like the oldest, quote unquote, generation. I mean, of course, there's 80-year-old people that have been watching General Hospital since the first broadcast date, of course.
Sure, of course.
The number of them, though, is not as strong as the 50 to 60 to 70-year-olds that are watching the show.
Well, yeah, and the meat of the cast, is actually my age as well right now. You know, half the characters are my age or real close to it, right?
Yeah. Like you are the core demo, I would say.
Sure enough.
But you know
That's why all the commercials are for, like, you know, medication and toilet paper.
We were watching watching Hulu, watching General Hospital on Hulu, and this Instacart commercial came on, and they have this old song, I'll say. It was like, I like the way you work it. No diggity, gotta bag it up or whatever. I'm not musical, shut up.
Well, you're right, I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah, I was talking to the audience before they started criticizing me. Anyway, and I was watching this, and I just had this flash to me being 5, right? Back when commercials were on more, and you were exposed to them more, and you had to watch them, and it was all these rock songs from the 80s and stuff, and just all of this music that was meant to pull your attention. Yeah. As the generation that was having kids and leading the families and having their lives and spending the money and all that kind of stuff.
Spending money. Yeah, absolutely.
Grabbing your attention with REO Speedwagon and Journey and Don't Stop. I mean that's a bad reference because that song is still prevalent today. But
well, it's the #1 karaoke song in the world.
You know, but then here I am watching this thing. Instacart commercial comes on, and then here I am juking and jiving, bopping and weaving to a song that was on when I was young. Because look at me, I'm the demographic now.
Yeah, absolutely, you are. And I've noticed that more and more and more in advertising, especially like, songs that were really like big songs when you and your brother were in high school. And it's like, I thought to myself the other day, dang, my kids' stuff is nostalgic now. Yeah. How? Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Are my kids' things nostalgic?
Mother, there's a whole Netflix show coming out, which is very strange. There's a whole Netflix show coming out about Blockbuster, like working at Blockbuster. It's like a workplace comedy of people working at like they licensed the Blockbuster logo and all that kind of stuff.
That's a great idea.
Like, it's going to be fun, because, it'll be on Netflix.
I think that's a great idea.
It's either going to be super fun or it's going to be super lame. We'll see. But this thing is coming out because of nostalgia, because my generation remembers, and I'm sure you remember, taking us to Blockbuster and renting the video of the week, or in our case, we would rent some stupid wrestling show.
But yeah, for probably a decade. Yeah. And I remember when you were a very young adult, you worked in a video store for how long?
It was one of the best jobs I've ever had. If I could, I would.
I remember you liking that. What was it called?
It was called Hollywood Video.
That's right. You worked at Hollywood Video, and it was real close to the house too.
Yeah. Good times. So yes, nostalgia is a thing for me. We're a pop culture podcast this week, everybody. It's my fault for not writing notes, honestly. The tangents and the spin that we go off of when I don't have a post-it to look at.
Give us you want us to talk about somebody, let us know.
Well, and Nikisha liked Blackstreet and No Dignity and No Doubt,
Exactly.
Don't speak.
Yeah.
Just what you're thinking. Yeah. Goodness. Ages, Kelly public covers between Matt and Cat and Age. Let me scroll back. Let me see when we were actually talking about General Hospital. Don't put TJ with Willow, says Jacarius. Hey, Jacarius, welcome to the show.
I agree with you, but I think that may happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Why not?
I know the choices that Willow is currently making aren't going to be beneficial in the end.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, she's already not making good choices, and then Michael's like, she goes to bed so early, and I'm like, oh, Willow's so tired. She's so
Willow's getting sicker and sicker.
She needs to do something about it before it becomes.
Everybody's gonna find out in a very dramatic way if she does not. And you know what's so weird about this, Matt? This storyline has happened to me.
To you?
Yes. I accidentally found out my dad had leukemia for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
This stupid storyline has happened to me. I found out from the doctor accidentally because he'd had it for 2 years. And my dad's kind of laying there, not able to say much.
Right.
I had just crap happened to me. I was mad as hell at him for that.
Oh, well, then I guess you have a place to, relate to the storyline that's going on.
It's just
You'll have a channel into what the characters are going through, and maybe it'll be entertaining in some way.
I just find that it's not disturbing. It's not disturbing. It's just weird. Okay.
It is weird. I don't know how Michael's gonna find out. I don't know. Maybe he'll find a note. Maybe she'll tell him. I don't know.
I think that she's going to be in some kind of medical situation where she just doesn't have a choice.
I have cancer.
She's going to collapse in some way, or something's going to happen, and then there's just going to be no more avoiding.
This is what's going to happen. She's going to collapse. The baby's going to be in danger. Willow's life is going to be in danger. Something needs to be happen. We're going to lose them both. Willow has to tell the truth. I've had leukemia this whole time, and unfortunately, because of my poor choices, I'm so sorry, Michael and Carly. This is it. Because I don't have family. I don't have a donor that can give me their blood marrow to help me out with this.
Yes.
To which Carly goes, yes, you do.
Yeah. I'd be very surprised if that scenario right there doesn't happen.
So that's how it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nina's going to have to save Willow's life, and then it's just going to be different. It's going to be troubling. There's going to be fighting, but there's going to be like, but you're my real mom. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't hate you. You're my real mom.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Matthew.
You saved my life and the life of my baby. I can't keep you out of this one's life. I think Trina.
So we didn't see Liz this week, did we?
In prison.
We didn't see Liz this week, did we?
I don't think so. We also missed an episode this week. At least on Hulu, didn't have one for Thursday.
Right.
Like Wednesday or something.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe Joe Biden had something to do with it.
No, I think that was the day the Queen died, right?
Oh, would that make sense? That makes sense. Did you know that they got to change all their money now?
No, I did not realize that.
They got to put King. See, I almost made a faux pas and got arrested. They got to put King Charles on that stuff now.
Yeah, they have to do that.
Unless they all decide to change their laws and their minds and stuff. Because, Mom, right now, it's not.
You know what? You think they already had? This would be the smart thing to do. They already had that crap printed. It's ready to go.
Would have been the smart thing to do. Hey, de Havilland, you caught us pretty much close to the end because we're talking about currency in the UK. So, Excuse me. Chandra says they will have to change a lot of things in the UK. It's true. They got to change the money. They got to change all kinds of stuff. I mean, already, he's like Duke Harry now instead of Prince Harry, and just all kinds of nonsense.
And she was the queen for so long that there's a large part of society that don't even remember her not being queen. And this is their first rodeo for this.
I'm pretty sure she was.
She's queen for 70 years.
Well, then she was queen.
Something like that.
Okay, so I was talking to the operations manager I got at work, and he's older than me by like 10 years or something, or 20 years or something. I don't know. But we were talking about how the queen's dead, and we're like, oh my God, she was queen for both of our lives.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
Wild. Just absolutely
it
wild.
Is. It is.
Wild here in real life. Wild in Port Charles. Matt could be Cody's dad and probably is.
Oh, I know. Well, I know. We didn't talk about Cody and Mac. And what did you think of the scene of Uncle Victor and Sonny?
I think
they antagonize the heck out of each other, huh?
There's tension growing there.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think we're setting the stage for Laura to come back, because once Laura comes back, we can move forward with all this.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like we're setting our pieces. We're putting Valentine where he needs to be. We're still actively recruiting Cassadines left and right. Like Alexis and Valentine have to be on the same side with each other at some point. Nicholas and Victor on the other. Spencer caught in the middle. Laura trying to keep the peace. Just all kinds of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another scene I really loved this week too. I thought, Spencer I jumped on his dad as soon as he walked into the interrogation room. He was on him. Yeah. Nicholas got a little more than breathy as well.
De Havilland says you look really nice today, Ma.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, Yeah. And Nikisha says, does your family talk to you? I'm not sure if she's asking us or somebody else, but I'm literally talking to my family right now. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. I'd like to see Laura and Cyrus come back. Yes. We need all that stuff to come back so it happens so we can move forward with the thickness that's happening within the Cassadine world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what I need. That's what I want. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
If they all get together,
mm-hmm.
they can take down Victor together.
Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, I hope it's going to be good because every time we hope for some sort of big, like everybody comes together for some sort of caper thing, it never turns out to be that. So let's hope. Let's hope. Hey, DC Soap Sanctuary, look at these people joining in after 1 o'clock. I don't know what the right time is. Should we just broadcast all day? Is that what we need to do? How much money would we make? None.
I don't mind being on for a while, but yeah, I got to do something else at some point.
At some point, right? Eat, kind of drink, kind of use the restroom. Does anybody know when the cat fight between Carly and Crazy Nina is going to happen? I don't know, because every time, like, Carly is really starting to get to the point where she's really pitying Nina, and pity Carly does not fight people.
Aren't they at the grave side of Nell right now?
Yeah.
That's where we left him at, right? On Friday.
I'm not sure if Carly left or not, but yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you guys, did Carly walk away?
Mm-hmm.
Or did we leave them still about to fight? I think they're about to fight.
I don't know, because Carly was just like, took this like whole like, oh, you're so sad here. Just holding on to this fantasy of something that's not real. So, I don't know. Would you guys have wanted Nell to be alive or not just a ghost? How interesting, because that's the second time we'd been asked that this week. Second person entirely. I'm not sure if we actually answered it. I don't know.
No, I think we both kind of were satisfied with what we saw. Yeah. And you said it wasn't the right time for Nell to come back.
There we go.
Thought.
Perfect. There we go. We did answer it. It was just an hour ago, and I forgot. The quote was.
She's just so good. I don't know. I don't think the right time for Nell to come back, and really like come up, not be dead is good right now either. I do want some conclusion with Esme. I want some Esme stuff.
Yeah.
Because along with Esme will be Ryan. And I'm all for seeing all that.
Oh, we find out that Ryan is a hook hand. DC Soap Sanctuary. The way the cat said, we were satisfied with what we saw. I just hollered out laughing the way she said it, as if, nah, we're good. You can stay dead.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you can stay dead for now. That's fine.
I loved Chloe's just she's stripping Nina down like Nina didn't have any choice but to see that she really was garbage.
Yes. Nell was no good. And I hope that Nina can really see that. I was hoping for more of a anchored, this is the moment where Nina realizes that Nell was not that bad, but we didn't get it. It wasn't that solid. But we're going to show what might be going on in Nina's head now, or she might be getting to the point where she has to just accept the truth for what it really was.
Yeah.
But the big question of the week, though, Ma, is this, and I need the chat to answer it for me as well. Is he the Mac Daddy or the Daddy Mac? I don't know. Which one is it?
Well, I think he will wind up being Cody's dad. But I think there's a lot more to Cody still that we don't know.
And is Esme Felicia's? Because at that point, both of them get new kids.
Wouldn't that be crazy? We have talked about that theory of that for Esme. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of untold juicy stuff that we could see on General Hospital with Esme back.
I mean, yeah, Esme juicy stuff with her when it comes to Felicia and Ryan. I mean, come on, she's not really dead. I was just joking earlier. And then, okay, so, Cody has not landed right amongst the audience of General Hospital. But what GH does that people kind of don't really recognize or realize is that they try to correct the course best they can. And I think Cody is on the path of that. I mean, come on, Kelly Tebow's leaving. This stuff with Britt is coming to an end much sooner than where it started. So Just give it a couple more weeks and it's gonna fizzle out as he
She's gonna
reveals
be
the
gone by
secret. She
Halloween.
finds something out. She's got to go on the run. She finds a letter written by Jason and goes to try to track him down and leaves the canvas for it. I don't know exactly what it is.
She could be the second Hook victim.
She could be the second Hook victim, which would be a terrible surprise, but entirely true. They could recast Britt. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it.
They don't tell us nothing, you guys. They don't tell us nothing, huh, Matt?
No, but generally speaking, when a character is cast, we find out about it.
Yeah.
So I would think by now, if they were recasting it, we might know something. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not there making the choices, but if I was making the choice, I would let Britt go and wait for Kelly Tebow to be available again if she's going to be available.
She got 7 or 8 weeks left, and then that's it.
Yeah. But I mean, she could get the hook, because like people always say, it's a bloated cast. It's a bloated cast.
Oh yeah, I don't want to see that happen though. I'd rather see her move away because I think she's a valuable character, but I don't want Liesel to lose Britta.
No, it sucks. Because if you were to give me the cast list and say I need you to eliminate 5 of these people, I don't know who I'd pick. It's so hard. Maybe this is why I'm never destined to run my own show, which sucks because I would love to run my own show one day. But, if I was faced, hey, here's the money, here's the creative, here's the this, that, the other thing that requires us to put a serial killer in Port Charles and eliminate some people. Ooh.
Ooh, God bless you. Wow.
Ooh. I like them all too much.
Yeah.
I think they all bring stuff to it, and death is so final.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see, but she definitely...
Yeah. But I did like the scenes between Mac and Felicia. I appreciated the fact that they were able to chit-chat and have their moments. There's your veteran scenes that people want.
Yes, and they were able to... Well, I love their scene when she was saying that I could be to Cody what you've been to Maxie and Georgie.
Yeah.
I loved all that.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to find out. Someone's going to run a DNA test on the 2 of them, whether Mac wants them to or not.
Oh yeah. No, it'll come out. It'll come out. He'll come out, or he'll come around. One of the 2.
Yeah, I think there's going to be. I think a few things are going to. I think the Cody and Mac thing is going to be told. I think Trina is going to find out Curtis is her daddy soon. I think that Curtis and I think that Jordan and Curtis are going to find out they're not divorced soon. All that's
we're getting ready for the next thing, and then they're going to be like, oh no, what do we do? And then Lydia looks. Ms. Wu's going to be like, oh, I have a solution for you, Curtis.
Did you notice when she was talking to Sonny that she referred to Curtis and herself in a business sense of we?
Yeah. Well, I'm running my names out of his establishment. He's asked me for a favor, and I've asked him for one in return. We are working together, Mr. Corinthos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a dangerous one. She is.
Oh, Daisy has picked 5 characters to kill. Daisy, you're bloodthirsty. You villainous. My goodness. Keep all of the hooks away from Daisy Flower 40.
Well, who are they now? I'm curious.
Apparently she wants Brando and Sasha to kick the bucket together. So, we can just hook the tires in the car and they can just go careening into the woods. Cody needs to get hooked. So, he can take Shadow or whatever the horse's name out and just go galloping around, and the horse comes back and Cody's
Isn't that Comet? Isn't that the horse's name?
Comet. Yeah, Comet. The horse will come back and won't find Cody. Stands for a couple of blood drops on the saddle. Austin. Oh, Austin's cousin. Okay, Austin's cousin. That's all right. That's fine. He's probably going to die anyway. So, we'll just find him with a scalpel in his abdomen in an alleyway. But the scalpel's going to find who did it.
That story's going to grow, though. And if they kill the cousin, they have to kill the storyline. Yeah, pretty much.
I think that it's connected to the.
He's really not that all significant.
No.
The next step is.
I'm hoping they're connected to the Woos. I hope the she and the her and all that kind of stuff is Selena Woo.
That would be juicy.
And last one is Amy. So you don't need to kill Amy off. All right. Here's the thing that you do with Amy. Just don't use her.
which they're doing a good job of.
So, you know, cast trimmed. But while we're fantasizing about ways to kill characters on a soap opera, she could find herself in a situation where a oxygen tank is leaking, and the only way to save it is to lock all the doors, and she has to die and suffocate or something. Or
that's what happened to Robin with the laboratory.
Well, there we go.
Sort of.
Yeah, some sort of leaking gas thing, and she's got to close the door, keep everybody out, and she winds up passing away.
And Robin was dead, not dead.
Oh, is that when they took her away and put her underneath the hospital? Yeah. Got it. Oh, I didn't realize she sacrificed herself or something.
No, they stowed her away somewhere. The Cassidines did.
Well, there we go. The 10th floor has killed 4 out of 5 characters. We didn't kill Austin's cousin. Oh, no, a scalp wound in his abdomen found in the alley. Boom. 5 characters dead. General Hospital.
Well, this is who I think, just for trimming's sake,
Mm-hmm.
And these are folks that aren't there all the time. Forgive me, Aunt Stella. Keep Marshall around for a little while, but not for more than another year. Taggart.
You're killing my Ashford family spinoff, Ma.
Well, I guess I am. Oh, well, that's a place to put them. They don't have to die, right? They don't have
Stella
to die.
can move to Europe, okay? She can.
I'm just thinking about folks that are there often, but eliminating their scenes would just give more space, and I don't know, be more money. I don't know.
Kelly Public Cover screams at you, "Do not kill Taggart, Ma." See, look at that. You're Ma now. Look at all these people just considering you their mother, and some of them are older than you.
Proudly wear that badge right here.
Oh gosh. Oh God.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know.
They can put all Liz's kids in the attic, okay? Put all Liz's kids in the attic.
Because what is better? What's better? What I guess it's a matter of I guess it's a matter of perspective, preference, all of that. Because you could have a really large cast like GH has, and be able to tell a bunch of stories in very quick bites, which is GH's style. They got a lot of stories that we spend 1 to 2 minutes on per scene, pretty much, and then move on to the next thing and bounce it forth back to them. But we're not really in these conversations in any real depth very often.
And I think that's part of the reason why they're able to have so many people on cast that are really not under contract.
Right. It's just constantly moving, constantly producing these scenes for these characters in this fictional city in New York. But you trim that down. You eliminate everybody but 10. You spend a lot more time with those people, but then you got to use those people more often. They cost more.
But at the same time, though, I think that our ability, that's how we view things now. Anyway, I mean, TikTok. Look at TikTok. Yeah, we watch something for 3 minutes, we're done.
Like, how long is this video? Another 2 minutes? No, I don't have time.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that that's how we're used to seeing things now anyway.
Yeah. Really, when it comes down to it, it's better for the attention span. You have to tell a little mini story in a long scene that you don't have to tell in a short scene. In a longer scene, you have to have a build up and a crescendo and stakes and all kinds of different stuff. But when you do little quick ones, the stakes are the story itself, not necessarily the finer details in the conversation about said story. Makes it easier and quicker to write. Makes it easier and quicker to shoot and understand and do with less rehearsal. Because you don't have to dig down deep into what these characters are really saying, because they're either lying or they're not. 50-50, it's easy.
But what's so fun too is when they do have something like that's like super, super dramatic.
Yeah.
Those actors, they're able to
pull that right out of themselves. On it when they do. Peter's death.
Oh, I think so, yes. Peter's dead for sure.
You didn't really call the ambulance.
Peter's done. Peter's done.
You didn't call the ambulance. No.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness.
That was a good one.
Long live Peter August. Hey, it was somebody vandalized his grave, Ma.
I know. I thought that was kind of sad,
Who did that?
actually.
Who did it?
I did think that was sad. I did. I thought, I don't know. I don't think you can be repulsive enough for me to want to see your graveside defaced. Really?
Who did this?
His party, who it was?
Who spray
Was
painted
Franco
me?
before he died? He was like the graffiti artist, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Franco before he died.
I don't know. Nikisha thought it was funny. Nikisha has a dark spirit. Now, Cat and Matt. Cat with 2 T's. Do you want one or 2 T's? Does it matter to you, Ma? I mean, there's only 1 T in your full name.
It looks weird to me because it doesn't match. My real name's Catherine. There's only 1 T. And you guys, it's interesting is my full name does spell cat.
Don't say it, though. We don't need people hacking your identity.
But, that's my full name, though. My full name does spell cat.
Now, Cat and Matt. Between Faison and Peter, who was worse? See, look, we're getting interviewed by the DC Soap Sanctuary. So basically, we just need to be invited onto his channel 1 week. So, we could just have this conversation in person. And who do you think Peter, do you think Peter could have been redeemed? I don't know much about Faison, so I really can't answer that question. So I'd have to pick Peter.
Peter could have been redeemed about 6 to 9 months before he ended.
Before he threw the papers in the fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it. It really was.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. What is Peter doing having a tombstone anyway? Because he's dead, Jacarius.
Somebody put a tombstone there and paid for it. That's why
I imagine Anna did that.
I'm sure Anna did that.
Because she didn't want Peter to be dead. She wanted Peter to be good.
I think Anna would do that. I even think Maxie would do that.
He was dead because he had to be.
Yes.
That's why. There was just no
What do you think Peter has to say about it, Matt?
What
do you think Peter would say about it?
Peter would say, I'm happy that my daughter has somewhere to come and talk to me, to remember who her father really is. Let's see here. Someone Twitter said it was Maxie's daughter Georgie that did it. Maybe. I mean, why not?
Why not?
Oh, goodness gracious. What else is going on? Peter didn't deserve a tombstone, said Jacarius. I mean, what are you gonna do? Just like tie a cinder block around his ankles and throw him in the harbor?
Yeah.
They got too many bodies there already. I can't do that to Peter. I wish they would have kept Peter as Anna's son. We'll give Anna an instant dilemma and a new complex. See, this is why we need to be on DC Soap Sanctuary's channel so we can have a fun debate about the differences between the constant dilemma and new complex about being Peter's mother versus the overall impact of Alex intentionally giving Anna the memories of being Peter's mom so that she would protect him because Alex couldn't, and Anna not really doing it and not working in the way she wanted was the reason why Alex took her turn and became such a villainess. And it just, the compellingness of that, I think, was much better than anything that we could have gotten from the traditional "my son's a dick" storyline on soap operas a lot.
I think Anna would absolutely put a tombstone on Peter's grave, and I think Maxie ultimately would do it too. Maybe not as soon, but I think Maxie would do it too because she does have Bailey Lou.
Yes. Oh, Bailey Lou. I need her to dress as Cindy Lou Who for Christmas. I mean, that has to happen, right?
Wouldn't that be so cute? Wouldn't that be so cute? One of the lunch ladies came to work on Christmas on the last day of school, school before the Christmas break. Came in as Cindy Lou Who. Oh my gosh, she had her hair all. Oh, it was so cute.
Yeah. Oh. just a little Cindy Lou.
Yep.
Tweet us Soap Sanctuary. Tweet us at 10th Floor GH. Just send us a message on the Twitter box. Kelly wants us to have Steve and Bradford Anderson on. Folks, you know how many times we sent a message to Bradford Anderson for him to not reply?
Yes, exactly. Well, I'm not gonna lie, it's true. And when they not, but probably a month ago was the last time I reached out. Um, yeah, we are not friends with him by no means,
Oh
but if
no.
he sees us, he recognizes us.
Yeah, yeah, he knows us.
He knows who he's talking, who's writing him messages
Yeah,
on Twitter.
yeah.
He knows who it is. I know they do. They choose not to respond.
It's because we ain't
Shame
paying
on
him.
them,
We
right?
ain't paying him. That's why I'm not gonna give you a
But
dollar,
that's
Bradford.
okay. We ain't making no money. Why should y'all?
But do what Chandra does. Just unabashedly tweet at these people. Just just like don't even try to make it sweet. Just tweet at them and be like, "Be on the 10th floor. We're gonna come and cut your
We we
toenails."
we do try, you guys. It's just that we don't quite know how to do it, how to really, be able to reach people.
We also don't
Not
want to
really. Not really.
We also don't want to be smarmy and slimy and like we've had Arlan Trialinier on. We've had Kathleen Gotti. We've had Ken Schreiner. We know JLJ very well, and he has a lot of connections out there in the soap biz and stuff. But we don't want to be smoltzy about this.
Exactly.
You know, we don't
Yeah,
want to
we
be
don't
like,
want to do
hey, so
that.
what can I do for you? So what you can do for me? I don't want to be like, hey, Ken, thank you very much for joining us on the 10th floor. It was a great time. We had a wonderful time talking to you and getting into your state of mind. I'd love to do it again when you're a little more clear headed about what's going on in your life. That'd be wonderful. But I don't want to then be like, so who do you think in the cast might also want to do this? And can you ask them for me? Like,
Right.
it just doesn't seem like
No,
the way to go.
that doesn't, no, and it doesn't feel comfortable, does it?
Right.
Yeah.
It seems too usy, especially for the fact that we recognize we're nobody. You know, you guys like us. You guys join us every single week. We were lucky to have Fido in the chat and parlay that into having him on the show.
Mm-hmm.
If you say 10th floor on the podcast, 10th floor podcast on the set, maybe one or two of the people who actually work on the show. Hey, Dad. One or two of the people on the show are going to know who we are, what they're talking about and stuff. But we have no delusions of grandeur. We know we ain't nobody. We know we
So,
ain't offering nothing.
but we do ask, and even on on Twitter, as I'm sure a lot of a lot of them have their mailboxes turned off, so you can't write them a private message.
Not on Twitter and such. Instagram might
Not
be a
on
little bit
Twitter.
easier, but I don't know how to work Instagram very well. And
So, I don't know.
and on top of that, somebody suggesting why don't you write into the studio. We have sent mugs and stuff to the studio and stuff. And speaking of, thank you everybody for buying those. But anytime we have a guest on, or anytime we just like somebody, we'll send them a mug, and we have a little bit of interaction that way. It hasn't turned into anything yet. Like, to be honest, like we've gotten some tweets, some pictures.
To be perfectly honest, the two people that got a mug more than that, and it was now well over a year ago. We bought those a long time ago.
Yeah,
Steve and Bradford.
Yeah, they were one amongst the first.
They were the first two to get those mugs, and
DC Soap Sanctuary, I have been saying this the same thing. All right. He says, it would be cool if GH brought you on as local Port Charles radio show hosts. And I'm like, I've been saying that for weeks, DC. Thanks.
Yeah, that would be super fun.
Oh, gosh. All right. So let's cover some business here.
I told you, we said it before, we ever do the red carpet for a nurse's ball. Yeah. We should do that stupidness right there.
I'll just wait for it. I'll work out.
That would be perfect.
I'll get TV ready.
For you and I.
All right. All right. Let's cover some business. All right, folks. If you want yourself a 10th floor mug, you click the link that's in the description of this video right now, and you pay the $7 plus shipping and handling. If you're in Canada, send us a message on Twitter, and we'll figure it out. We can Venmo. I don't know how to do this kind of stuff, but I guess Poshmark doesn't offer international shipping.
No, they don't. I checked into it. No, that you've got to be in the USA.
Right. So there's a link in the description of this video, so you can go, hey, Dad, you can go ahead and click on it. You can go ahead and click on it, and you can go to the Poshmark store. And there's more than just the mug. There's all kinds of cool stuff. There's dresses and shirts and skirts and every once in a while there's a fun treasure that was found. You had what was it? Some sort of wrestling singlet once.
Yeah.
I think there was some sort of like nerd Star Trek-y thingy or Star Wars-y thingy, or I don't know. But every once in a while you'll come across something wacky.
I find wacky things. It's a lot of fun. I find it, and I refer to it when I excuse myself. I'm going to go in my my resale room and hang out in there, I always say, I'm see you later, you guys. I'm going to go play store.
Yes.
That's what it feels like to have like a little girl in there playing store.
Hey, Kelly. All right. So Kelly, public cover, she's in Canada and she wants a tech floor mug. Reach out to us on Twitter at 10th Floor GH. Send us a Twitter message, or you can email us at, not at, because there's no little at symbol in front of it, but you can email 10th10th floor, FLOORGH, at gmail.com, and I'll get that message. That's 10th floor, GH.com. So you can send a message there. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. Otherwise, if you're in the United States, you can click the link. While you're clicking on stuff, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the alarm icon so you can get notified when we go live, in case you're not following us on Twitter and don't get the live updates. Comment. Even if you're in the chat, leave us a little comment. Say, thanks, you're so great and so wise. I appreciate your perspective on this particular character. Because you know what, guys? If you comment, your comments become buzzwords for the search. So if somebody goes there and they're like, I'm looking for Spinelli stuff, and you've commented about Spinelli, video's going to come up.
I like all that.
Boom, 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 boom. Do that. All right, Kelly. Here you go. For you. Put it in the chat. 10th floor gh@gmail.com. Boom. Okay. All right. Is that all the business? That's all the business, right?
I think that's all the business.
All right. Well, I'm ready to get on the elevator, go back down to the first floor, get out of this hospital, go into our cars, turn our radios to previous episodes of the 10th Floor GH, which you can find here on YouTube and also on all your podcasters out there.
All those people too.
All of that nonsense. Share the love, like, tweet, subscribe, say hi to your friends, go spend some time with your families, because I've been Matt.
And I've been Kat.
I'm going to catch you right back here next time on the 10th floor. I said it right. Bye.
Bye.